everybody's talking about our salaries and that kind of thing, but as far as I can see, we're a lot more concerned about the trauma and mental health care needs that are not being met in our kids. And I just want to make sure that everyone who comes through knows that, I will keep my salary if I can help the kids in any way that I can. And really, their social emotional needs are just not being met right now. And it's kind of coming into this whole second degree trauma for educators that's really starting to be concerning for a lot of educators in the state.
Thanks for saying that, and thank you for your public service. I had that in mind when our youngest, who last year was in first grade, came home from school and described the active shooter drill that his first grade teacher led him and his classmates in. Now, she should be focused on teaching Henry to read or to add or whatever's important for his academic success and success in life. But on top of doing that, on top of, in Texas, teachers on average, out of their own pocket, spend $800 on uncompensated on their kids. And not just the decorations and supplies, but food for that child who's on free and reduced breakfast and lunch but doesn't have a dinner to look forward to. She's going to buy that dinner for that kid. Or clothing. Very often hear about teachers who see the same student in the same set of clothes every single day. And then finally, just out of frustration, buy that kid a new set of clothes and ensure that kid has a better sense of self-worth and dignity and ability to learn. So you just said it, and I hear you and I see it. You're going to even withstand that lower salary, the high stakes, high pressure standardized tests, as long as your kids are okay. What if we invested in community schools? So the social well-being of those kids, the primary and mental health care needs of those kids, the full nutrition, dinner and then meals over the course of the summer, passing sensible gun legislation so you don't have to fear an active shooter walking in to your classroom, and we don't ask you to arm yourself in defense of those kids for whom you've already sacrificed so much. Three quick ideas. One, I'm hearing from kindergarten teachers that on the first day of kindergarten, the kid's 4 or 5 years old, many of them are already 10 months back in reading comprehension. Not unrelated to the parent who may be working 2 or 3 jobs and doesn't have the luxury of reading to that child before the first day of school. What if we move school back to preschool universally for every American? It's expensive, but it's well worth the investment. 2, if we funded the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, that's $23 billion a year more the federal government should be spending on local school districts. It frees up your school boards to invest in teacher salaries or other deferred maintenance investments that they have been putting off. And then if we set up a permanent education fund at the federal level to meet disparities in school funding, majority schools in the United States of America are underfunded to the tune of $20 billion a year. Some people have described a de facto segregation in public education greater today than it was in 1954 on the eve of Brown versus Board of Education. So I want to make sure that we address every single aspect of this in policy, in investment, and in making sure that we allow you to follow your calling and teach to those kids. So thank you for doing that. Appreciate it.